In European Portuguese, mastering the art of greetings and farewells involves understanding the nuances of formality, cultural norms, and the nature of your relationship with the person you're talking to. Today, we want to help you better understand the rules of social etiquette in your basic interactions. Before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. E agora, vamos começar! Let's explore how basic interactions play out in various social contexts. Almost everyone knows the word hola, meaning hi or hello. Pay attention to the pronunciation if you know Spanish, because the L sound is different between languages. Hola is the most common informal greeting. You can use it when you arrive at a social event, especially when you already know the people. The interesting thing is that compared to what happens in English, we don't use this hola when we walk by someone on the street and want to say hello. In this case, we use one of the three following formulas depending on the time of the day. Bom dia, boa tarde, boa noite. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening are the greeting formulas we associate with greater formality. So if you don't know the people you're meeting with, if you're entering a store or a public place, or if you want to greet someone in a more formal setting, these are the formulas to use. Let's take a closer look at each one. Bom dia, good morning, is the expression we use when we meet someone in the morning up until noon, meio-dia. Boa tarde, good afternoon, is the expression used when the situation occurs from noon until 8 p.m., more or less. There's some flexibility here since it gets dark earlier in the winter, but it's safe to say that you're always right if you are still using boa tarde until around 7:30, 8 p.m. Finally, we have boa noite. This expression serves for both good evening and good night, and it is used to refer to the period after 8 p.m. until the time the sun rises the following day. It's possible to mix and match the informal hola with more formal formulas when the atmosphere isn't so informal, meaning you're not among close friends or family, and you want to greet the person with a good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Let's say you're going into a cafe in the morning to have our bica, espresso. You could say, hola, bom dia, just as the English hello, good morning. You can do the same in the afternoon with hola, boa tarde, and in the evening with hola, boa noite. Social interactions require politeness and checking in on the other person. So in an informal setting, we can say, tudo bem? All good, with an intonation of a question, and receive a tudo bem, obrigado, or obrigada, all good, thank you, with the intonation of an answer. We can return the politeness with a similar question, tudo bem também? All good with you too? In a more formal setting, the appropriate courtesy would be como está? How are you? In response, we might receive estou bem, obrigado, or obrigada. I'm fine, thank you. You can reply with an e como está o senhor? Or senhora, and how are you? Now it's time to say goodbye. Once again, we have a word that many people think it is similar to the Spanish word, but here too the pronunciation is quite different. Adeus, goodbye. The informality of saying goodbye in Portuguese is expressed through a word that we imported from the Italian language. Ciao! Adeus sounds like a very definitive and even formal word, and for this reason, the Portuguese tend to combine it with formulas that demonstrate their desire, certainty, or hope that they will meet these people again. These formulas can be also used on their own. So whether you use them as a standalone or combine them with adeus, it's up to you and the way you sense the context. If the context is informal, you can combine them with ciao. Até já, see you soon, in a little bit. This expression is used to indicate that we are going to see the person very soon on the same day and in a few minutes or a few hours. Até logo, see you later. This farewell formula implies that you will see the person the same day. It's what we say to our children in the morning when they go to school. Até amanhã is see you tomorrow. This one needs no explanation. Literally, we're saying goodbye until the following day. Até a próxima, see you next time. I often call this expression the doctor's expression. We all know we're going to see him or her again, we just don't know when. So we can say goodbye until next time. Lastly, we have até breve, see you soon, talk to you soon. This formula can be used in a writing form as well. It doesn't have a specific time indication. Among friends and family, we often not only kiss to say hello and goodbye, but we also use the diminutive form of the word itself when saying goodbye. Beijinhos, little kisses. So don't be surprised to hear someone say, ciao, beijinhos, bye, kisses, in a close family setting. Please note that you should never use beijinhos to a stranger, someone you are meeting for the first time and have no relationship with. That is weird. Remember, context matters. The level of formality in Portuguese greetings and farewells reflects respect, familiarity, and the specific situation. Whether in professional, casual, or personal interactions, the key is to find a balance between courtesy and how well you know the other person. And because we're family here at Lepo, this time I'll say goodbye with a até a próxima, beijinhos!